Excited to talk once again to Jonathan. He's with Wolf Financial Advisory, and it's been a little bit. We've talked in the past about the Wolf Financial Charity of the Month that you guys do in this program. That's been around for a good amount of time now. How many years have we've been chatting about this?
Yeah, I think we're coming up on our second year, third year. It's been going by so fast. I mean, you blink and time's just fast forwarded. But this charity of the month that we have been doing, which of course technically charity of the quarter.
Sure.
It's been such a great experience to be a part of. It's been an opportunity for me to not only be a part of something bigger, but also to recognize those charities that many people don't know. And some of them are right around the corner in your own backyard.
Yeah.
So it's been an amazing experience to just be a part of this, reach out to some of the people, hear the stories that they have to say, and just see what they're doing within the community that a lot of people, I would say, take for granted.
And that's sort of how this all started, is that, you guys work with us and doing different events and things that we've been a part of, but also you work with your clients every single day, and each of them, they want to be philanthropic. They're like, I want to be able to give back to the community in any way that I can. And you encourage that. But sometimes people don't quite know where to go and what to donate to. And this is also education for clients. This is education for the community and education for you guys that work there as well, to say, I didn't know this existed in the community.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised at how many people want to give, yet they just don't know either how or who to give it to.
Right.
And we always have a list of charities that either we have contributed to ourselves, or we have other clients who like to at least give us the word of a charity that they are very fond of. And I'd say since we started this campaign, at least 10 to 12 new charities have been added to our lists. And I would have never known that they're around here. And anytime we get a new charity, I actually go onto those pages and just get some information so I can share that with the team. And some of the things that I read, it just blows me away.
Yeah, it is really amazing to see that impact that's happening all across the community. And you guys do a great job with having a landing page on your website for people to learn more about these charities. You do podcasts with them. You bring them on every once in a while to have a chat with us, and we'll do that here in just a second. But how do we find that page?
So go to wolffinancialadvisory.com. And it's going to be a little bit tricky for some if they've never been onto our site. But you go to the resource tab, don't click it, just hover over it. It's going to have a drop down of charity of the month.
Okay.
As soon as you click that, that's going to be the full list to the charities that we have either donated to or been a part of. And if they don't want to read anything, we actually have our podcast listed on that page if they just want to hear some of the stories that those charities have.
Okay, and we'll direct link that to our video and podcast that we put up on our website as well. But you guys have decided to bring in some special guests, and that is Restoration House, and PJ is joining us. PJ, I'm very excited to talk with you. Tell us a little bit more about Restoration House, because it's a fairly new organization, right?
Yes, so we opened the doors October 7th of 2024, so 1 year now. And it is a approximately 1 year transitional living home for men coming out of substance abuse, wanting to better their life, leaving that life of addiction behind them and moving forward and building a new life in recovery.
Yeah. And so I guess backtrack to, before you opened your doors. I mean, how did this all kind of get started? This idea come about to say, hey, we should do this.
So for me, I've been in recovery myself for 8 years. And then I started as a peer recovery coach at Carol's Hope. And then from there went to Riverwood working as a peer recovery coach. And I seen this need because people would go to inpatient treatment and they would get out and go back to the same house, the same environment, be around the same people, and they would just keep repeating the cycle, and they couldn't break free of that. So in talking with the church, they opened the opportunity in the county as well and given us a grant to get this started.
Yeah. No, this is great. So you got that started to get it going, but you partnered with a lot of
Yes.
organizations, and as you said, your history with other places as well. You mentioned the church,
Yeah.
so a little bit more on that. Any the partnerships that you guys have already kind of created.
Yeah, so we've developed partnerships with Riverwood so the guys at the house can get um, treatment for substance abuse,
Hmm.
group therapy, individual therapy, healing from their trauma that they faced in life. A lot of times we don't even know why we're in addiction or how we got there, but most of the time that comes from a trauma we had from our
Hmm.
childhood. So Riverwood helping us get to the root of that problem with the
Yeah.
therapist there. And then so we believe in mind, body, and spirit and whole healing.
Hmm.
So we also have a partnership with Riverwood or with the YMCA that has a peer recovery coach who is also a personal trainer. He's just a great person. His name is Aaron.
Yeah.
He works with the men 2 days a week and, you know, helping them meet their physical needs, right?
Sure.
Every person's different. So he works with them individually to help them get where they need to be physically fit and healthy, right? He may talk about nutrition with them, um, daily routines as far as workouts go.
Hmm.
We also have a partnership with Honor Credit Union, who all the men at the house, once they start working, they will set up accounts with Honor and they will open up CDs, they'll open up
Hmm.
checking accounts and the CDs, the men are required to put 35% of their check in there each week.
Hmm.
So they have that when they get out. And Honor has been gracious enough to let me tell them when the men are going to graduate the program, okay, they're graduating the program, we can release a CD now.
Yeah.
So then the men have the funds they need to get their own housing or whatever it needs, just a good start in life, right? And then we also have the partnership with Michigan Works, which has
Hmm.
been huge. They'll help with resumes, finding apprenticeship programs, helping the men find jobs. And I just want to backtrack a little bit. So the
Yeah.
first 90 days of the program, the men aren't allowed to work. I want them to strictly focus on themselves. I want them to focus on who they are, who they want to be, how can I
Hmm.
heal from this addiction? Where do I want to see myself after I leave this program, right? So that includes an intense IOP program at Riverwood, which is 3 days a week, 3 hours at a time, for 3 months.
Hmm.
And then at the Y, they're there for 3 days a week, 2 hours at a time, right? And then on top of that, they go to the NA meetings, AA meetings, and they start 12-step studies. They really have to take a look inward during this time. I also don't allow cell phones those first 90 days too. We call it the foundation building phase,
Okay.
right? As we know, cell phones can be just a huge distraction. We had the outside world just looking in at us, and then we have all the old people in our life taking a or the old people in our life trying to reach out to us, right? And
Hmm.
trying to pull us back in, whether it be intentional or not, right?
Sure.
Just a message from somebody that was in our life when we were using that we used with can be a trigger for us to want to go back and use,
Hmm.
right? Even if there's no intention there.
Yeah, and even calling it restoration house is not only physical house, I'm sure, but it's almost like each individual is a house themselves, and
Yes.
you kind of got to break it down to the studs and rebuild that foundational thing back to a strong home. And was there a program or intense kind of program like this that existed that you kind of took example of, or did you just kind of see, hey, we don't have this in our area. We need something like this. Let's build it and put it together.
So no, there is nothing in our area like this, uh, not even in Southwest Michigan at
Yeah.
all. So there was a great need,
Yeah.
and especially for men. There's sober living houses for women. There's
Mhm.
other programs for women, but they're only 90-day programs.
Sure.
So what we did is we took, I think, like 6 different policies and procedures from 6 different locations and kind of just implemented our own from looking at those to get
Right.
different ideas. And not only that, but being in recovery myself, I know what I needed.
Mhm.
And so I know these men need that too. They may have different needs, but we're able to see those needs and meet those needs for the men, right? We're able to help build goals and work on all of that with the men.
Yeah. And even though this organization is fairly new, you already are having some great success with some people that are participating in it, right?
Yeah, so we have huge success. I think we've only had 4 people leave the house in the past year. 2 of them we had to ask to leave,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But we're gonna see a lot of that throughout the years of building this,
Sure.
you know. But one example I really like to use is, so before I took this job, I was real big on getting Narcan in our community. I would do presentations everywhere. I did it
Hmm.
for the county commissioners. I did it for homeless camps. I did it at all the different motels. I really just encouraged everybody to have a Narcan on them because you never know when you're going to need one. So a guest in our house, he overdosed August or April 5th of this year, and 4 of the Narcan kits that I got out in the community were used to bring this man back to life. And him coming back to life, he went into inpatient treatment, and they connected him with me,
Hmm.
and now he's in the restoration house. He had no idea that those were my Narcan kits, none of it. So for me, that was just a big God thing.
Yeah.
Um, and now, so he's completed his IOP. He's in the second phase of our program. He's enrolled in college. So he's taking college courses now. And he's also working now for the first time in over 15 years. This man was homeless, and now he has a stable place to live. He has structure in his life that he's never had. And I've never met somebody with so much gratitude
Hmm.
to have the opportunity that he has. And that's what I want to see. I want people to be an asset and a role model to the other men in the house, the community, because ultimately we want to build leaders in the community, right?
Yeah.
Men to go back out in the community and create more leaders and have it be a trifecta effect, right? And
Hmm.
um, just creating big, strong leaders in our community. It's needed.
Hmm.
Substance abuse in our community is just through the roof. The overdoses are through the roof. I think in 2021 and 2022, we had 52 overdose deaths in our county, alone.
Yeah.
So and that's why Narcan was so big
Hmm.
on my heart to get out there, and I hope to someday soon start doing that again. It was just getting this house all started and situated that I had to kind of step back from that and focus more in the house. Now that this is up and going, I'm able to start doing that again here real
Yeah.
soon.
No, it's amazing stuff that you guys are doing and making a real big impact in our community. And Jonathan, I'm sure when your team was doing that research and learning more about Restoration House, you kind of felt that same sort of power that we're feeling that right now in this room about the great things that's going on. And you thought, hey, we should help these guys out.
Yes, and I mean a story like that too that has to reassure you that it's the right thing to do.
Hmm.
I mean, for someone to have to get revived like that, not knowing that it was one of your Narcan kits that you had
Hmm.
generously gave out to the community, yet then them then going to you for the help that they needed. I mean, that's one of the best stories I think I could
Yeah,
ever hear.
absolutely.
It's unfortunate when something like that happens, yet
Hmm.
it's for an organization like this to step up to the plate when a lot of places around here don't do that for
Hmm.
certain individuals. I mean, that's what this campaign is all about.
Yeah.
That's what we look for when we're trying to decide who the next charity of the month is going to be. And this isn't just I've got the list. I'm
Hmm.
the one who's going to choose the next charity of the month. We come together as a team and actually vote on who the next one's going to be. So I'm very, very glad that we were actually able to reach out to you and tell you that you won. And now that I'm able to actually sit here and get these experiences that you've had, it's very eye opening.
Yeah.
And I've said that before, but I mean, it's the best way I can describe it. And someday I hope I can make that same kind of impact,
Hmm.
really.
Absolutely. And with that, you guys will be making a donation to Restoration House to help them do some things. So talk about that a little bit.
Yes, yep, that has been one of the biggest things of this campaign. Not talked about very much because, of course, that is not the sole reason why we're
Sure.
doing this. But we are donating $10,000 to the Restoration House, and I can already tell that the monetary donation from this is going to just help this so much more. And it's going to be really interesting to see how far you can go with this.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe this is just mild step. We're so grateful and thankful for the donation. I can't express more gratitude. There are no words for it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's the beginning of something much bigger in our community, something much needed in our community. You know, the sky is the limit. Even further, if we can keep reaching for the stars, reach for them. Right. The next year, we're opening up a second sober living, transitional living house for men. And, so I would like to see this money go towards that house, because the ideals there, some of the funds are there, but they're
Sure.
not all there yet. Right. And this is something that we have to have done. It's not an, a when, it needs to happen now,
Mhm.
sooner than later. People are dying. Like I just spoke, people are losing
Yeah.
their families over this.
Mhm.
People need to be reunited. They need the structure in their life. They need to become the men who they were supposed to be in life, to be restored wholeheartedly in the community,
Yeah.
per se,
Yeah.
of not only who they want them to be, but God's purpose for them
Mhm.
in life, right? And as far as the vision goes, like it's not going to stop at just one more home, right? The women need this too, right? More men need this, is right now I can hold 6 guys in the house. Is 12 beds going to be enough in the community?
Sure.
Probably not, right? We're gonna need more than that. So the more help and community partners we can gather from this, the more impact it's gonna have on our community.
Absolutely. And I think that not only getting the message out and learning more about it through this conversation, but also, as we said, Jonathan, on your website, that's the main thing. You guys give a donation, but the main thing is to get the word out to the community and give a lot of information. And where again do we find that?
That is going to be www.wolffinancialadvisory.com. And we normally will sponsor or not sponsor, but showcase
Mhm.
the charity of the month at the bottom of the homepage. Yeah, the easiest way is to go to that resource tab, click on charity of the month, and just read a little bit about it, or you can click through onto the actual organization's
Yeah.
site. So, I mean, and this is one of those organizations that I'm listening about, and all I can think about is, yeah, why is this not getting talked about more?
Mhm.
I mean, back then when a fentanyl came out and people
Mhm.
were really hard on that, it's a case of, okay, that's a thing of the past now. Everyone's heard
Mhm.
about it. We know what it is.
Right.
That's not how that should be looked at. It's a case of, this is still a problem, yet it's just not in the news anymore because we've heard it so much.
Sure.
Yet, PJ, thank you for what you do, because you're
You're
going
welcome.
behind the scenes for that
Mhm.
and really stepping up and getting those people off of that and really cleaning up the streets a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I'm doing the best I can every day. It's hard, right? It's challenging, but God gives me the strength and I keep moving forward and I keep fighting every day. And it's a good cause.
Absolutely.
It's a war we fight every day. It may look different than some wars, right? But it's
Mhm.
definitely a war in our community. It's a war inside the individuals, like you were talking about, restoring the home, right? And it's
Mhm.
more than just a house, right? It's each man has their home inside of them,
Mhm.
and it's rebuilding that.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate all the great work that you are doing right now and continue to do. And I look forward to all the great things that you're going to do in the future and all the great people that come out of Restoration House. But thank you so much, PJ, for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I just can't say how grateful enough I am to be here today and to be able to get the word out more about the Restoration House and tell the community what we're doing.